Course 3, when you multiply and divide a mixed number, which means a whole number and a fraction next to each other, something like that, you first need to change it into an improper, where you multiply 2 times 2 is 4, and then you add the top, which is 1, giving you 5. So you multiply here, add here. If that's something you've never done, put it on your cheat sheet. 5, and then you put it back over the original denominator. So 2.5 is the same as 5 halves. That can be illustrated. How could that be? Using something like this model here. The mixed number 2 1/4 is the same as saying 9/4. 9/4. Because 2 1/4 would be, 2 full circles and then 1/4 of a circle, right? Well, if we call that 9/4, I know it's top heavy, but we're counting 9/4. And a fourth looks like, that or this. So if you cut that up and you realize, 1, 2, and 1/4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 quarters or fourths, right? Or you can do what we just talked about, multiply and then add. Let's try letter B, because when we divide mixed numbers, first make this an improper. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5 over 3. First, let's write divide, and just do the converting of this first. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5 over 2. Okay, so that we don't get mixed up, now would be the best time to change to multiply, flip to its multiplicative inverse. So we're doing 5 over 3 times what? 2/5 is the same as dividing by 5 halves. I tell you to write down this step first before you switch, because that's the thing that people get wrong the most when they do this lesson. Let's do some canceling, because I see 5s that match up diagonally. Can I go this way? No. So 1 times 2 is 2 over 3 times 1 is 3. Let's see if we got B right. We said 2/3. They say 2/3. You can look over their work again if you'd like to. A carpenter is nailing horizontal boards to the outside surface of a building. The exposed portion of each board is 6 3/4 inches. How many rows of boards are needed to reach the top of an 8-foot wall? 8 feet is how many inches? 96, right? 8 times 12. So we're going to divide that total by what each board is worth, 6 3/4, which is the same as 28 over 4, right? If we do our quick convert, we divide by that. 96 is already good to go, so we just do 96 times multiplicative inverse. They said 7, and they're right. It's 27. Excuse me. So you multiply by 4/27. Oh, look at that. Sometimes they'll do that right now when this is still new, so always watch for the canceling. You can actually divide 96 by 3 and 27 by 3, so then you just have to do 32 times 4 and 1 times 9 to get this. Notice, to finish, they changed this one back to the mixed number form because that's easier for counting in boards. You don't want to count 128 ninths of a board when you're buying boards. You'll make the Menards guy look at you crazy. Went a page too far here. Excuse me. Let's make sure we covered this whole page. I think so. Okay. So there's a table here to remind you about multiplying and dividing fractions, which we did last lesson, or mixed numbers, which was this lesson. And since this is so important, I want you to do every single one except for, let's say, H and I. just to make it a little easier. Let's take H and I out. These are real quick. A, B, C, though, really important. So everything except for H and I.